Hi, I'm Christina with Lauren Rose Farm, and today we're going to talk about dirt recipes. So believe it or not, for starting seeds like this, you get to come up with your own recipe. And what we're doing today is we're trying out Floret's recipe. So Erin over with Floret Farms, she recommends these ingredients, and so we're going to give them a try and see if we can get the kind of results that she does. So here's what we're going to start with. We have 12 dry quarts of this mix, and I went with this because it is a combination of peat moss, coconut, coir, looks like coir, but coir, and vermiculite, and those are the pieces and parts that she recommends. Some of the other options that you might want to look into, ProMix is a really popular one. This one also has a lot of those pieces and parts in the dirt for good seed germination. And one that we grew most of this in is this particular dirt. Now what I like about this is that it's already got a lot of the fish meal and bat guano in there as your fertilizers. So, this is what we've been using, but we're gonna try this and see what we get. So, what we started off with in this bucket is 1 bag of the base dirt. And then what we're going to add to it, we're going to use earthworm castings as our compost. I don't have access to good compost right now, so we're going to use this, which should be a good reference. And I think we need 2. So we need 8 cups or 2 quarts of our earthworms. So very good. There's 1. Here's 2. Now we already have vermiculite in our mix, so we don't need that. What I do need is something to stir with. So I'm actually going to use this just like if we were cooking in the kitchen. So we are going to mix. We're going to do quite a bit of mixing at the end, but that's just going to get us started. And what we've got next is, let's see, is it the kelp or is it the bone meal?
Bone meal.
Bone meal. Half, right? So 1/2 cup of the bone meal, and that is this one. So what I went with for all of these are organic options. The pellets are a little bigger than what I'd like. So what we've got is there's some finer ones as well, because of course what we're going to be doing is seed starting with this. So I'm going to sprinkle in a 1/2 cup, and that is our bone meal. And then we've got a 1/4 cup of, which one, Emily?
Kelp.
Kelp. All right. So I went with this one all the way from Norway, Norwegian kelp. Let's see what it does. So we've got a 1/4 cup of this. And then we have our blood meal, which is going to be a 1/4 cup of this as well. Now, just like any good chef, mixing this really well is important. So unlike Miracle-Gro, things like that, that are chemical, these are all natural products, but we can still overwhelm our seedlings if we put in too much. So We're going to do a lot of mixing, but one thing I'm already liking about this this mix is that got a chunk here we're taking out. Most of it is really nice and fine, and you can see just how much air is in the dirt. What this does is help the roots. You know, you've got these little baby roots. They need to be able to get through the soil. So we are happy to see that. And part of what we're going to be doing with this, we're going to use it to transplant some of our sweet peas that are getting quite big. But the other thing we're going to do is we're going to do some soil blocking, which uses these. You can see the soil goes in there, and you end up making blocks with those without any kind of pots. You actually just put the dirt straight on the tray. Many times when we're starting seeds, we use the smaller blocker just to get things going. And then within a week or two, when we've got one set of leaves, we transplant it from here, this size, into these. So that's what we're going to be working on. And then eventually we get to these 3-inch pots, or if you can see up on top of this particular rack, we have a number of these going here in the barn. So this is our flower crop for 2026. And we've got a total of, I think, 27 varieties of flowers that we're going to be making this year, growing this year. But we're starting this, and I've got some of these bigger pots. So that's what we're after. And let's see how our soil recipe works for us. I hope for the best.